everybody, it's Jenny, and I am going to share with you right now a little bit about the mini Happy Planner and how I'm going to use it and what I think about it. Then I'll share with you how I planned for this week, okay? All right, so let's back up a little bit. So for the past year, I've been using this Kate Spade Wellesley as my wallet and as my planner. And it's worked famously. It's fantastic. I do really love it. It's huge. It's got a ton of room. It's really awesome. It has the inserts. So like you can see here, it's got inserts. It's great. It's really fantastic. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But the thing is I miss some of my other wallets. And so I haven't switched back to any of my other wallets because then I would miss the functionality of having the planner in my purse. Now, let's also state for the record that I don't decorate these Wellesley inserts. So for example, right here, I write things in them, but I haven't been decorating it. And so maybe that's why I wasn't ever really excited about it either, was because I wasn't decorating it, which is a-okay. Again, totally not a big deal. But the mini Happy Planner has kind of changed all of that. How so, you ask? Okay, so I bought this undated one at Hobby Lobby. And it came with gold rings, and I switched those out, which is not a big deal either way. You should totally keep them if you love them. I just don't love gold to begin with. It's pretty if it's the right shade or whatever, but I don't love it. So I thought, you know what, let's change it out for some rings that I do love, right? Okay, so I added this little sticky notes from the seasonal planner that I bought at Michael's. I'll do a quick little flip through for you so you can see it. I'm not going to go crazy because it's, you know, it's just a Happy Planner. You've seen them, you know. Okay, so the dashboard is slightly different, and it's got these beautiful dividers, just like always. You can see the gold foil. Now the pages, okay, there's the monthly. It's undated, remember? And I wanted the undated because I'm not going to abandon this planner completely. I figure, okay, so now I have the functionality to switch back and forth. If I want to go from this wallet back to my planner, I can, because guess what? It's awesome. So I'll buy inserts for next year for this, and I'll have them as a backup to this. And it'll be the perfect storm for me. Okay, so anyway, so then the inserts are just like this, okay? They're super cute. They're crazy functional, right? And if you want to take a comparison to, say, a personal size page, they're really just about the same size. They're ever so slightly wider. So for example, I'm really terrible at the personal planner with the rings too, by the way. I don't know about you, but so here's the page for that. So as you can see, it's a tiny bit smaller. It's definitely less wide. The Happy Planner has about 1 inch on it, width-wise, okay? Sorry, I'm not very good at this. So it's a little bit smaller. Okay, so now some have little quotes down here and some don't, okay? See how that's different? Like the inside, I love it. I think it's super cool. Now this is probably my favorite, and I know that's super random because it's not colorful and it's just really geometric and very modern, which is definitely my style, and so I love it. And like this detail along the top is so totally like my favorite thing ever. I love it. And I love this in the black and the white. And I know it's not for everybody, which is awesome. And that's why I love that there's so many different Happy Planners, because Everybody can have something that's totally for them. This is gorgeous, and probably I will definitely frame this when this is over. Storms don't last forever. It's kind of the thing about how, like, yeah, it's totally awesome or it's totally bad and it won't stay around forever. So something new will come about. I love this too, but we've already talked about this. I love simple things and I love really modern things. So again, here is this same pattern, just colored and bigger, but it has my favorite little detail at the top, which is awesome. I also really like blue, so that's probably why I'm sitting here going, oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, now, I took out the last 4 months of the planner because I didn't want it to be too thick, okay, right? So I wanted it to still have that tiny little size, but what I wanted to do was add some pages in the back of the planner, okay? So I took the smaller blank pages and I trimmed them down to the same size as this insert. I really only had to trim the height. I did not have to trim the width at all. Now I added a few full-size sheets, okay? So, there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 full-size sheets. And then what I did was I took is this one? Yep. Okay, so I took this scoring tool that I have. It's super old and by EK Success, and I scored it 3 times. So when I'm in the car and I write down like 5 things that I need to run into Target, I can simply perforate that. Can you see that? And tear my list off. And then I still have room, because I don't know about you, but I am totally notorious for using an entire sheet of paper for like 5 items. So this is going to be perfect for me because then I can just easily rip it. It's still totally usable. I'm going to rip it all the way. And it was no big deal, right? So if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut or something, I'm sure you can do the same thing. The tool that I have from EK Success is seriously like 10 or 12 years old. So I'm sure they don't make it. I'm sure you still can't buy it or whatever. But for me, it took me seriously like 15 seconds to make the score lines. And this is going to be super functional because I am going to be able to just use my little list. Like seriously, this is what my lists end up looking like, but they're not neat and tidy, and it doesn't leave a neat and tidy edge in my planner. So that's just one way that I made this more functional for me. It's not, maybe this wouldn't work for you and you'd be like, oh my God, I totally never do that. That's a-okay. So anyway, to recap, I changed out the rings. I took 4 months of the planner out. I added some blank note pages at the back for lists and also for note taking. And then I am going to use this in my purse and I am going to decorate it each week. So yeah, I will have a plan with me right now, and I will share with you how I planned my very first week and my thoughts about it. And then I will do planning going forward in this planner also, as long as I'm using it. Because like I said already, I might switch back and forth. But for now, this is totally my plan. It's awesome, especially with those new deluxe covers that are coming. Are you kidding me? It's going to be perfect. So anyway, let's get into the planning, okay? So let's do it. Let's plan, shall we? Okay, so I am going to take the pages out just like I always do. It's easiest for me, and I'm going to use this roller date stamp from October Afternoon and my VersaFine ink to write in the dates. Now you'll see right away that I totally screw it up. I don't even do a good job. Isn't that embarrassing? You know what? I don't even care, because the ones that are not fixable, I'll cover, and the other 2 I'll fix. And then I will learn from my mistake and go forward. I'm so not a perfectionist, and so I'm just not even going to worry about it. But anyway, so I'm date stamping these. I could have done a whole ton of different things, and I might in the future going forward, but for right now, this was the easiest way for me to get started and get straight to work. And really, honestly, that's such a cool way to use it anyway, and to use something that I actually have, and I didn't buy anything new, I didn't anything like that. So I'm a huge proponent of using what you have, and that's exactly what I did here. I'm going to go with a black and orange and purple and green color scheme for this particular week. I want to capitalize on the Halloween type thing going on, but not use a lot of Halloween elements here because I only have a few Halloween stickers and I want to save them for my weekly planner when I get closer to Halloween. So that's why I'm going to kind of be sparse with some of these. But anyway, so I'm super excited to be able to use a bunch of really cute stickers from the Happy Planner sticker books. There's just so many gorgeous ones, and I find that there's never enough time to use them all. So as you can see, I used that purple arrow to cover up the mistake number 1 and then have it point to that lunch date so it looks completely intentional. So had you not watched me do this, you wouldn't even know that I'd screwed it up. I mean, like, you might have guessed that I screwed it up, but you wouldn't know that I screwed it up. So don't be so hard on yourself. It's just opportunities to embellish things, right? I screwed it up and it is no big deal. Okay, so I'm going to try to do a back and forth type of thing. So as you can see on the Monday, I put the appointment that I had on the left side. And then for Tuesday, I'm going to put the appointments on the right side. That's going to keep my eye moving back and forth on the page. And it's going to keep things from looking really super stagnant down from top to bottom. Now, I like to vary things. You already know that. That's not new. So I'm not making this any different than my regular daily planner. So as you can see, I covered the mistake with a green little heart for Tuesday. And now I'm just going to ink the date and then re-stamp it. And again, it's fine. It's totally no big deal. And then I have that cute little sticker there too. So for me, see, that's exactly what I meant. It was not a big deal that I screwed it up at all. I used the 2 little stars as bullet points. It's a favorite of mine and it still works wonderfully here in this planner. I was really worried about how the horizontal would work for me, but with this teeny tiny little space and not using any to-dos or anything like that in this planner, I am totally okay with it. And because I'm consistent or not consistent, but I'm familiar with the personal size planner and that horizontal layout, it was totally okay. So anyway, I used one little candy corn. I was a sparing use since I didn't want to use all of my Halloween elements quite yet, but the candy corn really ties in with the overall color scheme, so I was pretty excited about that. Now, it's difficult to go through all of the stickers and all of those things and find those specific colors that I'm looking for. Remember, I'm using black and orange and purple and green. And so I'm trying to coordinate all of those things together. So finding those colors in the different items that I need is a challenge, but it's really fun. And again, it reminds me to look through what I have, get familiar with it. And then also I'm using different color ink pens, which normally I just use my black Papermate Flare. It's super functional and it gets the job done. But this week I'm changing it up a little bit with the different colored inks to go with the color scheme. And so that's cool too, you know? It's just using something that's a little bit different. Now, another thing that I'm trying to vary is the decorative stickers that I'm using. So obviously I'm varying the colors, I've already told you that, but I'm also trying to vary the sizes and the shapes as well, because if I used, say, all circle ones, like that Choose Happy, it's super adorable and I'm a big fan of the circle stickers. But if I just use circle stickers, then it's going to look really similar, really matchy-matchy, and isn't going to provide me with the most movement through the page to keep me organized and not forgetting things, which is exactly why I use a planner, because I forget all of the things. So anyway, keeping the shapes and the sizes and the colors different just keeps it more interesting for me and for my eye, and it's very helpful. And you'll see in a little bit when I switch over to the other side how I do that even more. And then when it all comes together, for me, it looks totally awesome and just really eclectic, which is definitely my style. So now I can move on to the second half. And one of the things that I really love about the horizontal layout is that Monday through Thursday is on one page, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is on the other. And I love that because I really consider Friday part of the weekend. And so I love that the work week is on one side and then the weekend is on another side. That just really works for me very well. So I'm super excited about that in this mini planner. And I am finding that this is going to be the perfect planner for me for the car, in that I will be able to keep note of all of my activities and events and do it with plenty of room. It won't be too much. And then in my planner that I keep at home, that I will have room for my to-dos and reminders and jotting things down. And it's going to just be completely awesome and perfect. Now, as you can see, I used that cute Today box. I love it with the purple, and then the two little stars for the bullet points, and then added our activities for that day as well. And now I'm moving on to Sunday, and I use that green heart and then the purple exclamation point. And what's so cool about this is that I don't use purple and green. Like, they're not colors I normally gravitate to, though actually, side note, I love them together. And this is just awesome. So anyway, there's the main planning. Now I'm going to use some washi tape, and I will do that once I finish with the decorating. So I'm going to look for a sticker that will go to decorate in that section on the right side. And like I said already, I want to keep them varied. I don't want to use another circle. I don't want to use another banner. I want to try to find a square or a rectangle. And so there we are. We found that little flag on its side, and it's green. So see, 3 different sizes, 3 different shapes, 3 different colors. And then just also that high five down there at the bottom. And I'm thrilled with it. Now, at first I wasn't sure because, I just have to look at it a little bit, but it worked out great. So now here's the washi, just adding a tiny bit like usual, just to make it a little bit fun and a little bit decorative. And I'm just going to keep with the same color scheme, the black and the orange and the purple and the green. And it really works out well for me because black and orange goes together, obviously, for Halloween. And then I love the way purple and green look together as well. So that is it for this week in my mini happy planner. I hope you enjoyed this look at planning this week, my first in the mini happy planner. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you liked the video, and it also lets YouTube know the types of things that you like to see. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.